I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
What's good? Welcome in. Thanks for the stop as always. Appreciate it. Got a couple topics here for you. We're going to start off with some clown world, of course, right? It seems that the left cannot grasp the idea that not everyone's going to have the same idea as them, and they sure as hell aren't going to have the same opinion, as everybody's got an opinion. All of them are different, and we all know what they smell like, right? But the point is they always push all this diversity bullshit unless you're diverse in thought. That's something that they cannot handle, and always go into complete meltdown when they can't get what apparently they absolutely have to have, which is affirmation from children, right? So an undisclosed high school in California, I'm sure, recently gave a demographic survey to 349 students, right? 50 of which reportedly replied with fucking hate speeches and slurs, of course. Pretty funny shit. 12 students indicated that their gender was affiliated with helicopters, right? One even referring to his gender as being a gift card. And the section on disabilities also didn't disappoint. Disabilities listed, illiteracy, a country being ran by communists, and proclaiming one trans being a disability in itself, for the inability to accept biological reality. Fucking hilarious. And this article drops on the heels of other articles coming out and pointing to the fact that Gen Z has the most conservative young men coming in generations, right? So if we can survive the Biden regime here and the next election cycle and hold it together, the future may look bright with some of these young guys coming into manhood and, running the joint. Look forward to seeing it, right? But sticking with that clown world theme, moving on here, Neil Tyson deGrasse.
Suppose no matter my chromosomes, today I feel 80% female, 20% male. I'm gonna put on makeup. I'm gonna do that. Tomorrow I might feel 80% male. I'll remove the makeup and I'll wear a muscle shirt. Why do you care?
Yeah.
What business is it of yours to require that I fulfill your inability to think of gender on a spectrum?
Seriously? Fuck, right? I used to like this guy, man, but he's spinning off into nonsense. He's either a paid shill or an idiot savant. I don't know which. But apparently he's struggling with facts that, are pretty discernible by the age of 5 or 6, which is the massive difference between male and female. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't just see this clip and then run with it. I actually went and hunted down the whole video, which apparently is over 2 months old. So I don't know what the deal is with this clip recently going, viral, being covered by, a few content creators. I'm sure you're well aware. Hence the reason I'm covering it. But it just gets worse. You know what I mean? When you hear this guy talk about like space travel, theory, Earth, what have you, he's his normal pompous, impressive self. But, it's spinning off into this kind of shit, stick in your lane, buddy. Coming off with some wild stuff. Even went on to talk about what about women that went through male puberty and they're full of male hormones, but they just kick ass at female sports. They kick ass at female sports because they're males, dude. Right? Even Venus Williams, the greatest female tennis player on the planet, has been quoted as saying a lesser tennis player on the male side would kick her ass 6-0, 6-0, 6-1 and do it in 6.5 minutes. You know what I mean? And he's saying, he goes on to talk about, I don't know why we separate people. It's really strange that we separate male and female in sports. I mean, throw a female out on the field with a couple of 300-pound guys to play some football, and you'll get the answer to that question real quick, Neil. You know what I'm saying? But, if this guy isn't talking about, space or theory or whatnot, I don't even want to hear what he has to say at this point. Because, again, he's either a shill or a complete savant, man, because there's no denying the fact that he's obviously hyper intelligent when it comes to his field of expertise, but this is absolute ridiculousness and just complete nonsense. It has to end it with the pompous, you require. Why do you care? Like, I care for the same reason you do, dude. All right? It's not that anyone actually cares. In reality, we don't give a shit. We're pretty aloof about it. We just don't want you fucking with our kids, and we don't want the shit crammed down our throat. You can do whatever you want, dress however you want, present yourself how you want. You just can't expect to coerce or legislatively force people to, partake in the delusion with you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and again, it's all about diversity, except for diversity of thought. Then they're going to melt down, because they absolutely, again, have to have that affirmation. Real shit, man. Moving on. It seems that our reptile overlords, recently here have decided they don't have to hide the fact that we're a communist banana republic, right? Especially when it comes to the Trump school situation. It's, look, the Bidens did this, and then it's, well, indict Trump, you know what I'm saying? Or if it's, August 1st, removing your right to purchase the light bulb you want to use at an affordable price, right? Now you have to use, their choice at a much higher markup. I mean, it's, pretty obvious what's happening here, but, they were hiding it. Okay, and something that I didn't even know fucking existed in this country, I just found out, is that there is a communist Chinese newspaper publicated here in the United States, right? And it's called Tsingtao US, with presence on both coasts. Why, of course, the fucking cesspools of the country, right? But it's also seems to have some pretty famous contributors. And, they're paid to represent Americans. And, of course, the usual crowd, AOC, Bernie, Liz Warren, have all paid in excess of $40,000 to run political ads in this piece of communist propaganda. And, this isn't just an opinion. This paper is literally registered under the foreign agent registration, and pushes the Beijing communist line to the T. Okay, and again, I had no idea this shit even existed. This blew my mind, so I had to go check some shit out. But again, these are people that are supposed to represent the United States, and they are out and out funding communist propaganda to run political ads. It tells you who they actually want to represent. Okay, and it sure as hell ain't you, the average American. Okay, and these people have long moved past even the illusion of representing you, for they just keep doing everything that the Americans vote against or have voiced, their disapproval of. Move steam ahead regardless. And this is supposed to be a free country for the people, by the people. It's absolutely nothing to the fucking effect. Again, sticking with that same narrative, the Biden regime has come in, and of course they immediately started pushing the green snoodales, right? Because again, they're going to do everything that you don't want them to do. Okay, if you ask for water, they're bringing you sand, dude, every fucking time. But Biden toting the green agenda here, came into office talking about changing the federal fleet over to EVs, along with the military fleet. Fucking joke, right? But a company that, he was touting as someone that's going to help accelerate the shift to net zeros, Proterra, right? Mostly famous for creating EV buses and batteries, right? Manufacturing. Filed for bankruptcy on Monday, right? Chapter 11 fucking protection. And this is also the same CEO that Biden appointed to the White House Export Council. Okay, and you love to hear the left point. It's Trump surrounded himself with. Biden surrounds himself with fucking Obama hangovers and fail upwards diversity hires. You know what I'm saying? Every time, all the time. And this is obviously no different. This comes on, of course, as election season's kicking in. Biden's traveling around trying to convince you that the failing Bidenomics is working and your life's way better. And 56% of Americans polled say they do not support the transition to EVs, rather would have hybrids or good old-fashioned gasoline combustion engines, right? But again, your lizard overlords do not give two shits what you want, what's good for you, or what's best for you. They want what they feel is best for them and their fucking cronies. Real shit. And, again, there's not even enough batteries for everyone to have an EV. There isn't enough resources to make enough batteries for everyone to have an EV. And until we move to like a sodium-based battery, just better technology overall, as we're finding out that a lot of these EVs, they don't hold up in the cold. And here in the heat-ass summer of Arizona, they're losing up to 30% of battery efficiency. Up to 30%. And, again, you get these leftists out here like, you're going to drive 400 miles? Fuck, I live in Arizona. I damn near got to drive that back and forth just to go to the fucking river. You know what I'm saying? And, so they're just going to keep pushing their fucking failure of policy on you, regardless of how many times it fails or how much it costs or destroys the country. All right? But moving on here. So Arizona here, my home state, passed a law last year with the outgoing old Doug Ducey signing it into law. A bill that would limit your ability to film the police, limiting it to 8 feet or more anywhere law enforcement is taking place. In other words, like how do you hide corruption? Prevent the filming of it, right? And of course, we all know that a lot of Arizona police have been filming, committing some serious violent acts, and this would take care of that situation for them pretty quickly for the most part. But a federal judge suspended that law pretty immediate and now has come out and stated that the law has been ruled unconstitutional, basically saying that it infringes on a well-founded right of filming the police, goes hand in hand with the First Amendment, and quoted Turner versus Driver from 2017 that upheld that same idea. So legal precedence bearing here. This is a little bit of good news, I guess, to end the note on here, that even in swampy-ass Arizona, you could get some victories, right? But hell of a lot more work to go, obviously. It wouldn't be a swamp otherwise. But you guys tell me what you think. Hopefully you enjoyed. Come on over to the YouTube and BitChute if you're watching this anywhere other than, for most platforms being censorious shitholes. Not that YouTube's not, but everybody's got the juices tubes, right? Pretty high quality as well. But close to, I'm sure, being removed off most other platforms, man. But come check us out. Smell you later.
I was going to put him...
Idiots.